Welcome to today's installment of One of a Kind. I came up with an idea. I ordered these red, I'm sure you guys have all seen the diamond stitching floor mats. I'll show them to you in a minute. Well, I also ordered the trunk mat. And with that trunk mat, for some reason, there's a whole bunch of excess, like it's not a perfect fit. So I was thinking about cutting off that excess, using it to recover my door, which I've already covered with like a red velvety suede. Right now I could sit and leave stuff alone and still potentially win car shows, or I could go start taking stuff apart and cutting it up. What do you think I'm thinking? To remove this panel from this door, there's literally a little T25 bolt in there. Pull that out. Couple of little clips on the side that you pull out. This comes out, and then getting this door insert, take a little body panel puller tool or a flathead screwdriver, or really just give it a good yank, and it pops right off. So on camera, maybe this already looks, well, I know it's going to look covered because I did cover it with this red pool table type fabric, but there are some loose spots where it didn't adhere perfectly, some excess crinkling that's happening up there, and this is the fabric that I'm going to recover it with. I'm a little nervous about this because this stuff is thicker, and I'm not really sure how well it's going to contour around everything, but let's find out. What am I using? Well, like I said, got this trunk mat also, and I've already pulled some of it out. Way up here, I think this is actually supposed to turn up and go up the back of the seats, but it doesn't come all the way up to the top, and it just doesn't look all that great. So when I have it wind up out here, it doesn't come all the way up. So I got all this excess. Now, is all of this excess enough to recover all 4 doors? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Let's pull. Okay, so I got this out, and I actually looked into buying like a yard of this fabric with the red diamond stitching, and it's like 90 bucks, which is how much I would need, like 1 by 1.5 meters to do all 4 door inserts. I could get all 4 door inserts done if I used a good portion of this trunk mat. This trunk mat cost me $35. So basically I could cut this one up, buy another trunk mat, and essentially do my doors for 35 bucks and a can of adhesive spray. The problem is that this has a padding. Like, this is pretty incredible quality. Now with that padding, when I go and try to conform it, you see the really bad crinkling that happens. Well, that doesn't look very good or custom. But I started to cut the stitching over here, and I can separate, and this fabric is just thick enough and foam padded that I think the adhesive spray, 1, will grab it well, 2, the adhesive spray, no, even if I go on pretty generously, is not going to seep through the fabric. So I basically have to go around the entire perimeter and cut all of these stitches individually and get this separated, which is going to take me a good minute. So what's literally 3 seconds for you is probably going to be dark by the time I start filming it again. Let's find out. Okay, quite a big jump in progress. I did pull all those red stitches. Didn't take quite as long as I thought it was going to. Then I took my door insert. Where's the best place to sit here for the light? Pulled the red off, which is right there on the ground. And then I had to sand with 80 grit to get all of the excess off. But I think from doing this already once that it's actually helping the adhesive spray get a better bond, because I've cut a piece and I'm just seeing it stick a lot better. Now some of these spots will smooth out a little bit, but for the most part I was real nervous about the contours, and it actually came out pretty good. So with like all of this excess here in the corner, you make that corner as clean as possible kind of by pulling, stretching the fabric, because obviously right here I ended up with a whole bunch of excess. So for me to have it with just a couple of these ripples right now that really don't look that bad, I get that, achieve that by pulling, stretching, you know, making it tight and kind of pulling left and right, all of that excess, and it just kind of falls into place where it will. Now I still have to cut all of this back and obviously adhere this top still, but this is all done with nothing but adhesive spray. No staples or anything. I still have to cut out the insert piece, and when I do that I'm going to shoot up some more adhesive spray from the back side up in there some more, cut it back, install it back in the car, and we will have one of them finished, which is probably as far as we're going to get tonight. And here she is, back installed into the car. Looks good with the floor mats. It's going to look even better when the seats have a little bit of black and red stitching in it also. I can't really decide if I want to wait and get some shots of this during the day, because I know this GoPro films like shit at night. But let's go over a couple of things if you want to do this to your car. So, especially a caliber guy. So if this is your door insert, when it comes time to wrapping this with a piece of fabric, and I'll just grab this piece of whatever, you're going to want to start right in here with your fabric. So you've got some adhesive. Now don't spray the whole friggin' piece either. Spray some adhesive right around this area. Come in here with your piece of cloth, and then you're gonna press down right there into that point. Now you see, that's that bunched up fabric that I was talking about. Don't worry about that, because later, when this is dried in here for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, down, you're gonna take this and spread it like that, pull it tight, and wrap it over. That's really it. That's how you're going to make that excess disappear. So if I've got excess here, I take that excess, I spread it out, and then pull it tight around. Don't, with the excess there, just start cramming or pushing it in, because you're not going to make it go away. Spread it, yank it, pull it tight, and wrap around. And that will get rid of the excess. That's pretty much the only thing you really need to know how to do. Other than spraying some adhesive on the insert itself, a little bit on the fabric. Leave it alone for like 2 or 3 minutes. Let it start to really tack up. If you spray the insert and go to immediately put fabric on, there's no tack to it yet. It hasn't even started to cure. So you're going to push on the fabric and risk having it start to cure while you're pushing down on it. What that means is when you pull that fabric to adjust it a little bit, you've lost that one contact. I hope I'm explaining this right, but little bits at a time. Start off, if you don't have a caliber, start off in the worst area of your door insert. This nice, flat, not so hard contoured stuff is very easy to just fall where it may and then wrap around the edges. When you wrap it around the edges, take a card like this and push it down in. That's gonna, if you have areas where your fingers can't reach. So you're gonna pull that tight there, put the squeegee, and then push the squeegee down to make your corner. So you got fabric laying all around here. Start in the middle, work your way that way, work your way that way. Start in the middle and always work your way out to both corners. Don't ever start on the edge and work your way to the middle, because you can't make that go away. You can hide it, cheat it, pull it, stretch it on your edges and your corners. Like, I know it's dark, but you can see right in there, tons of excess right there. You can see right there, I had quite a bit of excess, and now it's nice and smooth and clean. Also, in the event you are using a fabric that has a design like these diamond stitches, take into consideration the direction of that design. Like, you want them to all be the same. You don't want the diamonds going at an angle on this insert but over here. So make a mental note of where you're lining a piece up if you have that. If it's just, it's really a lot easier with just a one color. Make sure you key up the surface first with, like, if you have stuff like that, or that chintzy type interior plastic, key it up real good with some 80 grit, 60 grit. Definitely something that's going to allow that adhesive spray to get in there and grab a hold of. And other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. When you're making your cutout for this, your window switch to go back in, you're gonna cut from the center to the corner, and don't actually go all the way to the corner. Stay in very minuscule, like 1/8 of an inch out, because then when you bend and pull that fabric, if I cut a diamond in this rectangle from corner to corner, when I pull this piece over, pull that piece over, that front edge and that back edge, it just kind of comes into play. Don't cut right up to it. Stay a little bit off it. When you pull it around, it's going to fall right where it should. Don't get your fingers. This is why you don't want to spray the whole piece. You're working over here, and then you start dunking your fingers in adhesive spray. Now you can't come back out here and grab your finished product. So make sure you spray a little section, adhere that place. Fold the fabric back, spray the next section, adhere that. Don't ever touch the adhesive. Don't get your fingers dirty with adhesive, because depending on what type of fabric you're going to use, if it cures and dries, it's going to permanently ruin it. Ask me how I know that. But I definitely like this look a lot more than those red ones. So I've only got one of them done. It's dark and late, and I kind of want to get this video out tonight. So you'll see a shot of the other 3 in one of the future videos coming out. I'm telling you right now, don't be afraid of trying to give this a shot. Don't not try it because you don't think that you can do it, because I'm telling you right now, it's not hard. A little bit of patience, a couple of tricks, which I pretty much have given to you, and you're on your way to a full-blown custom interior. Little by little, I'm knocking it out. You guys, until next time, keep it custom.